Snow was falling down in the forest. It has been falling slowly and calmly for more days in a row already, and although it was not very cold and frosty outside yet, it was a sign that winter was settling in. Ali and her little sister were walking through the forest. They were picking fallen twigs here and there, paying extra attention around the evergreen plants. They had a small basket where they collected the twigs. At the crossroad they met Tinky, who was also carrying a small basket. "Hello," greeted them Tinky with a smile. "How are you? Did you gather much?" "Oh, yes, we did. And we also found a lot of fir tree wigs," was Ali proud. "I found the best-looking ones," said Ali's sister proudly. "Yes, you did," agreed Ali. "Except they look suspiciously fresh," she also said, giving her sister a suspicious glance. The little sister looked all of a sudden very interested in Tinky's basket. "And what did you find?" she asked Tinky. "Oh, I found some winter weed flowers and I picked a few. Not too many, just enough to make the ornaments look better. I also found some beautiful bows of holly. They will make the ornaments special." "Hey guys!" greeted them a friendly voice. When they turned around, they saw Dari walking towards them. "How are you? Excited about tonight?" "Oh, yes, I am so excited," said Ali's sister. "I can't wait for the night to come." "It's her first winter solstice," said Ali, "so of course she's the most impatient one." "I can relate," said Dari. "We were all like this when we greeted our first winter solstice, right, Tinky?" "Yes, we were," laughed Tinky. "I remember being so excited and agitated for my first sleepless night that I fell asleep around midnight, and in the morning I was so upset that I missed all the fun that everybody had that night. I was also very upset with you for not waking me up." "Well," said Dari, "I didn't say anything then to look more of a grown-up to you, but I can be honest now, Tinky. I fell asleep soon after you did, but I woke up a little earlier than you, so I pretended to be awake the whole night." They all started laughing. "And all this time I thought I was the only one that fell asleep during my first winter solstice," said Tinky, laughing. "I think we all did," said Ali. "I will not fall asleep," said Ali's sister, with a serious look on her face. "I will stay up all night with you, you'll see." "Oh, of course you will," said Ali, patting her gently on her little red furred head. The plan was for them all to meet at Mr. Bear's house, as he was the eldest of them. So Tinky, Dari, Ali, and her little sister headed to Mr. Bear's house. When they got there, Mr. Bear was almost done with cooking and baking for the night feast. Dari, Ali, and her little sister began making the ornaments with the twigs and flowers they all picked earlier. They bent the boughs from a willow tree into 5 pointed star shapes and decorated them with holly and fir tree twigs. Then added the winterweed flowers here and there to make beautiful ornaments for each of their houses. After they finished the ornaments, they began making the fall lanterns. They used empty glass jars on which they glued colored paper and fallen leaves, flower petals, and ferns. The result was more than beautiful. Meanwhile, Tinky helped Mr. Bear with the mint and lemon tea, which she poured then in a few big thermoses. They will be needing them while being outside. It wasn't really late in the afternoon, but it was getting darker. It was, after all, the shortest day of the year. So Dari and Ali took the ornaments they made and they hung one on Mr. Bear's door and the rest on each of their house doors. Also one fall lantern at each door with a small lighted candle inside. Good thing they were all neighbors, so it took them very little time to get to Tinky's house and then Ali's house and then Dari's. When they came back, Tinky, Mr. Bear and Ali's little sister were ready to go outside. They took the remaining twigs in a big basket and also the rest of the fall lanterns and went out in Mr. Bear's backyard. It was a big yard with just enough space for the planned outdoor activities. They laid a winter spiral on the ground with a fall lantern in the middle to symbolize the sun. Then they all walked around the spiral and back out again, spinning around. They were all having so much fun. Ali's little sister was having the most fun of all. Everything was new and very interesting to her. Before, she was too small to be part of any of these activities, but now she was big enough and she was very happy to be there. "So, how do you feel?" asked her Mr. Bear, after they were all tired of spinning and rolling down the small hill in Mr. Bear's backyard. "I'm having such a great time," said Ali's sister with a happy smile. "Winter solstice is great. I thought only Christmas is so much fun." "Oh no," said Mr. Bear. "Most of the holidays are fun. But do you know what winter solstice means? And why do we celebrate it?" I know that during winter solstice we have the shortest day and the longest night, when we can stay awake until the next day," answered the little fox. "You are right, my dear," said Mr. Bear. "It is the shortest day and the longest night of the year, and it is also the official beginning of the winter. Our forest and all around us from this part of the earth is the furthest away from the sun. The spiral you made here shows how our forest is at the darkest part of the year's cycle. See?" Mr. Bear showed Ali's little sister the spiral. "It is about to start moving back towards the sunniest part of that cycle from this day on. That's why the winter solstice is a time of great hope for the sun's rebirth, as we start to move towards the summer solstice. And that's why people around the world mark this moment with festivals and feasts for centuries. And that's why we also celebrate it here in the forest with our loved ones, with family and friends. We have parties and play and have fun. We also gather twigs for the ornaments and the spiral, and we concentrate on the evergreen plants, on fir trees and winterweed flowers, and also why we have fall lanterns and candles all around the houses and yards. All this symbolize the hope and the light of the sun." "Wow!" was Ali's sister amazed. "I never knew that. This is really amazing. I want to celebrate winter solstice every year from now on." It was the longest night of the year, and it was already cold outside, but Tinky, Dari, Ali and her little sister were still outside, drinking mint and lemon tea and listening to Mr. Bear telling them about winter solstice. Later, they went inside for the feast. They had fun all night long. And of course, Ali's little sister was the first one to fall asleep just after midnight.